comment, and of course, share it. So if there's any groups that you want to post the video onto, by all means, please do spread the word. And also, I appreciate that this is not just usual day when we do this. I know we usually do this on a Wednesday or a Sunday, but you know what? Something a bit special today, so I'm all right with it. I'm okay with it. I'm going to click this as well because it does bring up all our amazing Patreon supporters. And as always, I'd like to say thank you very much indeed to each and every one of them. Number of them are regular viewers, so and they are subscribers to the certainly to the YouTube channel. So any notifications that come up, and I'm sure that one or two people will get that pinging on their phone right now, we'll let you know that we're now live. Keep those notifications on, especially this week of all weeks, because we're going to be trying to do a whole bunch of special episodes throughout the course of Comic-Con week. And did you hear that deep sigh I just gave? That, oh my lord, yes, it's going to be a lot of deep sighing this week as we are missing the big show in California. Admittedly, we're kind of getting one or two things which are staving off some of the withdrawal symptoms. San Diego Comic-Con, or Comic-Con International, did release the souvenir guide, which I would heartily recommend you downloading. It's not going to get printed as a physical book, which is going to be absolutely heartbreaking, especially if you are a Ray Harryhausen and a Ray Bradbury fan. They've put some incredible articles in there. Jackie Estrada, who is the person who organises the Eisner Awards, good friend, she has done this incredible, I think it's like a 5-page piece on Ray Bradbury. His is because he was literally one of the first special guests at Comic-Con International back in 1970. He was there from the start, and it details a number of his appearances, the initial organisation of that particular event. It's a great piece. Do check it out. Lots of great photos because, of course, Jackie is someone who couldn't be found without her camera over the course of the years. So do go check out what she's done. It's a fantastic, it's a really emotional piece. In fact, most of them are, as they look back on the life of Ray Bradbury and Ray Harryhausen. There's also a really good Moomins piece in there as well, celebrating the anniversary of Moomin, which has been done by Paul Gravitt. Check it out. It's a great read, and it's available online on the Comic-Con website right now. So there we go. This is Talking Con, a cup of tea with Englishman in San Diego. I don't have my cup of tea. I haven't even had the chance. I've been kind of running around and giving it the full social media as we get into Comic-Con week. And as you can tell, I'm fully adorned because I'm missing the big show. But this is one of our incidental episodes, and it's where we get to talk to some fantastic creators and people that I would like to talk to outside of the Wednesday and the Sunday schedule. We're going to have a lot of these throughout the course of this week, so please hit like, notify, comment, anything to spread the word, because that's what it's all about when it comes to getting the word out there and talking con. We've got ourselves Aaron Neighbours who's saying hello for San Diego. Hello there, Aaron. How are you, sir? Solicitor Meg, what's up, everyone? Into the Blue Mister saying hello from sunny Wales. Somebody who'll be, of course, missing the Telford takeover, but yeah, that's another convention that's fallen by the wayside. We will get into that as well as we go through the conversation we've had. Celestial Snake, no tea, no chance of a messed up laptop. I'm never going to live that down, am I? That is, I'm never going to live that down. I'm going to bring my guests on and I'll explain to them, because everyone who's watching this knows. I did a very late night incidental episode with J.H. Williams III. And it started at 10 and it finished at 11 o'clock here in the UK because of time differences and stuff. But I really wanted to talk to him, and it was the only chance he was available. And I wrapped up. We had an hour and a half. It was a great conversation. And I had just beside me, I was sipping through a pint of cider as I was going through. And he just went, okay, thank you very much indeed. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm now going to go away with my pint of cider. I'm going to finish up now. Put the cider down, dropped it, and it went all over the laptop, frying it completely.
Whoa.
On camera, which means the stream went out, and people watched me as I was panicking, and I couldn't close the stream down and I ended up closing the laptop and ripping the power cable out quickly. And
Oh
I'm not
my
going to live
word.
it down. It's all on camera. It's just it's absolutely insane.
I
It
hope there's a
absolutely.
meme somewhere with you like,
Yes.
I'm stunned no one's done it yet, but it's
Yeah.
only a matter of time. But there we go. But thank you
yeah,
very much indeed for reminding me about that, solicitors. May appreciate that. So Andrew Dickinson, according to Google, I should be on a train from Anaheim on the way to San Diego, so meet up at Buds for a pint or two.
Mm.
My phone has been pinging with Facebook memories and Instagram. It's killing me. It's killing me, this thing. But there we go. But listen, like I say, an incidental episode. Every single time and I was explaining to Tom and Gustavo before we came on air, what I've done over the last 3 months, and every time I do these shows, it's usually to speak to someone about a very specific thing, promoting a Kickstarter, talking about a certain element of con culture, and it's usually with some kind of agenda. This one, it's just three guys sitting around and shooting the shit. And I am down with that. I am down with just having a great chat. If anything, because these two guys, they kind of started talking on Twitter with me about saying, I'd like to. I don't think I've actually spoken to you. I wouldn't mind talking to you. Let's meet up. Let's meet up when all of this COVID nonsense is gone. And I just went, well, let's just meet up and let's do this. Let's come together and have a chat. May I introduce you first and foremost? We've got Tom Sparke who's joining us. Hello there, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you, Len. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. We'll get into full introductions in a minute, and because I definitely want people to find out about what you get up to and what you do. But I just wanted to say hello and welcome along. And Gustavo Vargas has joined us as well. Please tell me I have not ruined your name completely there.
that was great. That was perfect.
Oh, okay. Good. Listen, usually I'm one that's going horribly wrong with names, so I want. Thank God that's the case. Whew, thank goodness. Okay, I can
Oh, that's
wipe a
fine. Yeah.
bit of sweat off.
The issue is remembering it.
Listen, I mean, I think I did an MCM panel, and it was a major panel with some major players on there as well, and I think it was Jorge Garcias. And I completely I just butchered his name again. I just did it then. Oh man, absolutely terrible. But there we go. But no, it's a pleasure to have you both joining us. Have you two met before? Have you actually? Because I know that you were. I think you were both at Thought Bubble the last time I was there.
Yeah, we have a few times. Yeah.
We actually met in, we were talking the other day, Nottingham 2016, right? For the first time.
That was the first
17.
One.
Yeah. But then I think Thought Bubble last year was maybe the second time. So there was a gap. Because you cross sometimes with people, and many times it happens, you miss a couple of conventions and you don't see somebody for a whole year.
Yeah,
exactly.
And then it gets to the Saturday of Thought Bubble and things start blurring even further.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because I mean, that was my first Thought Bubble party. I mean, and not only that, but it wasn't exactly as messy as I've heard Thought Bubble parties have been in the past. So I think I got the sanitized version.
That was the first one I'd been to as well, as the party-wise. So yeah, I didn't know what to expect there, and apparently it wasn't typical. I heard the same as you, and it was that was maybe a tamer one.
Yeah, I think the fact that there was lots of little corners for people to hide in and have conversations. What's all that about? You're not supposed to have.
We're all people. We just want to talk and have fun.
No, we want to drink
in a quiet corner. Yeah, that too.
We want to drink and dance and Oh, anyway, but no, it was great to go to Thought Bubble because I mean, I think a number of people regulars who've watched this will know that I wasn't 100% convinced it was going to work in Harrogate. Mostly because Harrogate is one of the typical Middle England areas of the country. It's very expensive to go visit. It's got a lot of people with a lot of money, and the reason why they have a lot of money is because they don't spend it. It's basically a city that's got a chip on its shoulder that it's not York. That's Harrogate for me. So I wasn't too sure how a comic convention was going to just do rocking up, but because everyone was inside the convention centre, Harrogate was out there. You know what I mean? It worked.
Oh yeah, I think we brought our own little village. I think there of comics people. I think there was maybe even a town. I think there was a little micro community that grew up there.
Yeah. No, that's exactly. The thing is, maybe if it was like a first or second time and they just moved venues, but they already had a big community that was going to follow, and it wasn't that far from Leeds. Yeah. So it's a bit more expensive, a bit different, but still. It was a success, but still, even the more positive people were a bit not 100% sure if it was going to kick off or not.
I was also just concerned that at the end of the day, I think we can all agree there's not a massive amount of money in comics. And I didn't like the idea of a small press person behind a table, someone I wanted to support, someone who was there and showing off their wares, was then going to take the money that they had raised from the books they had sold on the table, spend 2 pints in Harrogate, and then blow it all. Because that's how expensive Harrogate is. So I was concerned, but it all went well. It was a massive success.
But that's a pretty common equation that happens in every festival. It's like, I made this, and then you go to the pub and go to this, and then you just go home. Like, at least I didn't spend that much, but it's a win-lose and leveling up.
Fair enough. Right, okay, let's get a bit of an introduction for people who may not be familiar with your work. We'll start with Tom, someone who I've been following a while, especially not only a long-term fan of your work, but also a real big follower and fan of what you've been doing during lockdown with the videos to keep people, and especially kids, really entertained with what you've been doing. We'll start with you, Tom. Give yourself a little bit of a bio and introduce yourself, please.
So I'm a comic artist, illustrator, go by many different names. But yeah, I suppose most known in the community for Captain Fishbeard, of which I've done 2 different books. They're sort of short 1 to 2 to 3 page comics, funny stuff, all ages, those Captain Fishbeard books. Then more recently, I've done The Misadventures of Spring-Heeled Jack, which was a sort of longer form comic, my first real long form comic, at about 32 pages, something along those lines. And there's a second one of those in the works as well. What I've been doing more recently, as you alluded to, Leonard, was the videos I've done on YouTube on CaptainFishbeard.com, which started out when everybody was locked down because of the COVID crisis. And, I know my kids got sent home from school and said, right, you deal with these guys now. And we went, okay, well, what can we do? Everyone was rallying around and doing stuff and using their skills. And I thought, well, I don't really have any skills apart from drawing. So I thought I'll try something in that. And so it started out as a sort of tutorial, a sort of drawing games channel to sort of show kids how to entertain themselves or how to entertain with their other family members, and what sort of fun games they could do with drawing and being creative. That's it. Those are on there now on the screen. And but yeah, it kind of morphed into those things were relatively popular. But then I thought, well, let's bring some other artists in. Let's expose people to not just my drawings, but other people's drawings as well, and the different people that are on the circuit, if you like. So I invited some people in, and people have been kind enough to share their time with me. So Gus is on an upcoming video in a couple of weeks' time.
Really excellent.
See me and him doing a bit of a drawing game together. But as you can see on the screen there, we've got Russell Mark Olsen, John Tucker, other previous guests, Charles H. Raymond, who's on the screen there.
I've yet to see the Neil Torres one. I've yet to see the Rosa Haig one. Those are the ones I've got to catch up on.
They're all so fun. They're all so different, and they're all really, really fun. And it's sort of half interview and half drawing. So you get to hear a little bit about the people whilst you see me drawing and them drawing simultaneously. And they've all been an absolute blast to do, to be honest. It's been such fun. Yeah. If this wasn't a YouTube channel, I think I might just keep it as a hobby. It's been so good.
I mean, for myself, I mean, I think I've mentioned this on the stream on a number of occasions. I mean, the last 3 months, the guest list for my particular efforts. I mean, leading around November, December time, I was having guests drop out left, right, and centre, and it was starting to get a little bit sort of like the very thin on the ground when it comes to guests. Then lockdown happened, and all of a sudden my guest list goes through the roof because nobody's doing anything. Everyone's free and available and desperately wanting to talk to people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, I mean, did you find that over the course of lockdown? When you were...
Definitely. I kept sort of putting the feelers out, thinking of people or seeing them on Twitter, go, oh yeah, it'd be lovely to draw with you, or it'd be lovely to catch up with you, and let's do something on the channel. And then sort of saying that and going, okay, yeah, when can you do it? And they're like, so tomorrow. The next day, I was like, I was kind of lining you up for a few weeks' time, but okay, well let's do that and get a few in the bank. But yeah, no, it's been absolutely lovely. I think the comics people in general are a good breed, shall we say, and they're always sort of want to volunteer their time and help people out, and it's been absolutely lovely, I have to say. But I think it's that is one of the trademarks of our sort of little comic community, and especially the comic goers. It's really collegiate and friendly.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a whole bunch of people are jumping in on the Q&A. I mean, we've got ourselves Andre Castano saying hi, hello guys, and indeed. Gustavo, nice beard, man. I mean, is this a lockdown beard, Gustavo?
Yes and no. The hair is really locked down because I don't cut my hair. I cut my beard, but my wife said, "Hey, let them grow together and let's see what happens." So this is for decision. This is because I haven't gone to the barber shop, so it's it's half. And I don't know. It's fun, and you feel a bit smarter. So. The hair might go, the beard might stay.
I'm so jealous because I've been seeing a whole bunch of people with sort of real wild hair and right. This is it, by the way. I could stay another 5-6 weeks. This will be as much as it grows. I grow facial hair like a 5-year-old. It's bloody annoying. The hair all grows up around the back and it gets fluffy. No. It doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me at all. But there we go. Gustavo, I mean, I think it's Gustavo, sorry. I think it's safe to say, especially
it's both,
with
but don't worry.
with you heard enough people leaving the Harrogate Convention Centre last year, or when the Thought Bubble happened, basically saying that there were a number of people who were the breakout hits and stars of the convention, and your name kept coming up because I think enough people recognize you are not only a star on the rise, but you've arrived. And certainly it felt like Thought Bubble was a big arrival on the main stage, because I mean you've got work coming out which people are excited about, and just I mean we're massive fans of your artwork. Anyway, just if you could please give an introduction to everyone, tell everyone about your background and what you do.
Yeah. Okay, you left me without words, but I will try to.
This is what I do. I blow smoke up your ass and leave you speechless.
Yeah, exactly. It works. I'm a Peruvian comic artist based in UK and living in Edinburgh right now. I started in the community in 2016. I arrived, and I've been doing my self-published comics, mainly Peruvian cyberpunk. So I have 3 books already: Trujillo, Lima, and Manu, which is the issue 1 of a 3-issue story. And at the moment, I'm working in a couple of Kickstarters and also working for a 6-issue comic called Creata, which comes as part of one of the spin-off stories of a game they just released in Google Stadia with Dan Abnett as a writer and Unity Games as a company. So I arrived like 3 years as weekend freelancer, and right now I'm full freelancer working in comics. So no complaints here.
Fantastic. I mean, like I say, Thought Bubble was such a massive hit for the pair of you, really. But the one question that we've been, I mean, at the end of the day, this is supposed to be a comic convention podcast. So let's talk about the fact that 2020 has been the year of where the comic conventions have just gone away. And that is a major platform for creators. It's a major revenue stream as well.
Yes.
As two guys who work in the small press and indie realms of comics, certainly here in the UK, just how painful has this year been in terms of the lack of that exposure and also the lack of that money coming in from a comic convention? Start with Tom, I suppose. Go for it, Tom.
Yeah, for me, the big thing is missing the social side. I think my videos have helped me connect, as I was talking about earlier on, with people that I've missed from seeing on the circuit and that I haven't met up with since probably Thoughtbomb. So it's probably November. I think that was the last one we were all at together. So yeah,
we were all gearing up for MCM, weren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah,
then,
we thought towards the end of the year things would be okay, and yeah, I think there was that big shut off, if you like, and it was a bit of a shock, and then we just don't know how long things are gonna go on for, but yeah, certainly the social element is the thing that I really miss. But yeah, I miss also within the social element is meeting the new people there, gaining sort of having the chats on the behind the tables with all the people that you don't know, as well as catching up with all the people that you do know.
Do you really want to talk to them? They're the ones coming up from behind, man. They are they're the young guns that will have your table from underneath you. What the hell?
But they're full of energy. It's wonderful to see. It's so lovely, full of inspiration, and they're looking wide-eyed at all these wonderful creators in the comic village, and it's just it's absolutely magic to see. So yeah, I miss those sort of conversations as well. But yeah, mostly it's the community and just not being able to meet up, which is we just hit me the hardest, to be honest.
Yeah, Gustavo. I mean, what shows were you kind of like lined up for this year?
This year, the only one I was lucky enough to go was True Believers. So that happened. At least I had one convention, so that's something. But then I was going to go Portsmouth Comic Con. I was going to MacPow for the first, both of them for the first time. I've never even been there as a punter. So
MacPow was my first one, was last year, and I was blown away by just how positive it was. Mark has got a really good event. It's just sweet as a nut. He's got it just right.
Yeah, he invited me, and I was like, okay, because I wasn't really that aware. And I was very, very excited, but yeah, in the end, it didn't happen. But it's going to happen next year. Hopefully, I'll be there. Then I was going to, I think the following was going to be the Lakes, and then Thought Bubble, and probably Nottingham Comic Con. So I'm missing a good pack of, and the thing is, I'm missing very, very good friends, but at the same time, all these conversations, you realize you make art and you make comics, and I thought years ago, before I knew all this community, before I knew about how big UK was with comics, I thought that most people, because you live in a digital era, that everybody would you will find an artist, a letterer, and they would never meet, and that was it. And maybe if you were lucky, you would know some writer and some artists, but it's not that communities would evolve and that would shape many things. Because it's, even though, there's many artists that live some other places and other countries or far away, or sometimes they just go to conventions, it's a very social thing. There's a peer-to-peer communication and it's not like, okay, in Thought Bubble, one comic might get created, but I might know you, and through you, I might know this other guy, and then we will meet, and after convention, in so many, it's like, okay, let's do something together. So it's a very social thing.
Yeah.
By the time for the size it has, it's very important, and it's, I don't know. It's basically every time you go back from a convention, I just want to, even though I don't have anything to do, I want to just rock on the pages, because you feel so stimulated, so excited about, I don't know, you just want to create things. It's no, it's amazing, and
Yeah.
so really missing that.
I mean, the last one for me was Thought Bubble, because my daytime job is I'm a mobile DJ at the end of the day, and then once Thought Bubble happens, you're straight into the Christmas period, and then I'm just working.
Yes.
So there is that natural kind of like, it sits nicely. The comic convention circuit kind of takes a breather, kicks back off in February, March. I was intending to go to True Believers, and except I had the mother of all chest infections. I was rather ill over the course of Christmas. It did hit me, and I was struck down particularly hard. But then, like I say, I had the mother of all chest infections in February. And yes, I do think that, I had it. I think I had it. It honestly, it just laid me flat. So it was going to be my first time going to True Believers, and it was literally that morning of the convention. I was just going, can I actually drag myself out of bed? Can I actually do it?
Yeah.
And I just couldn't. I was feeling like death warmed up. It absolutely killed me. But then that was, what was it? End of January, February?
And the beginning of, I think it was the first weekend of February.
Yeah.
Second, something like that.
The timing's a little bit suspicious. Now we know what we know. It's just
it might have been.
Yeah. So that was fun and games. In terms of the lockdown, I mean, when I've talked to when the lockdown actually happened, and when we started getting guests on, I was asking, so how's the lockdown changed you, or changed what you're doing? They're saying, let me see if I get this straight. I'm pretty much super glued to a drawing table. I'm in a room, not really talking and speaking to anybody. What the hell's changed? So there's been a lot of that. I mean, how's it been? How has your lockdown been? I mean, Tom, beside the videos you've been putting out, I mean, how's lockdown been for you? I mean, have you been affected at all, or in terms of your family, friends?
No, I mean, thank goodness. Health-wise, everyone pretty much I've been in contact with has been okay. But yeah, the effect is a lot of people obviously were not able to go out to work or to go out for any sort of reason, really, apart from your statutory exercise periods. But it's so everybody was sitting around going, I've completed Netflix, I've gone through all my Prime viewing, all this sort of stuff. And I was that
was the other thing as well. It was a real 50-50 split with people I've spoken to. It's either people have gone to a comfort food, like I'll rewatch Friends again.
Exactly.
Or they've been going and consuming everything new that's being dropped on Amazon and Netflix and whatever. And when Disney Plus dropped as well.
Perfect timing.
Which one was it for you?
Well, I was busier than ever. I didn't have hardly any time.
Didn't matter anyway.
I had to do the day job from home, had to do homeschooling with the kids, had to do get some sort of drawing in, and I started doing these videos as well in the evening. So I was like, I don't have any time at all anymore. So people sort of going, I want to go out of my house. I've got nothing to do. And I'm like, are you serious? Way too much to do.
Oh my Lord.
Okay. It's been a lot of labour of loves within that. And I think the drawing has come on as well.
Fair enough. I mean, the standard line, and sorry, regulars, I'm going to use it again, is the idea of COVID babies. The idea of those things that you're creating. Well, not only just literal COVID babies, as in, and there's several people who have now announced that that time indoors we've used it creatively, but also the actual putting together of creative stuff as well. I think there's been a lot of that. Gustavo, for yourself, I mean, what's been your lockdown? I mean, have you been? Were you quarantined on your own? Were you with somebody? How did it work?
Yes, I'm with my wife. The thing is, we were living in Leicester, and we managed to move in just 2 weeks before the lockdown. So by little, and we didn't. Yeah. So we arrived, and everything closed, and now we're joining the new flat. But other than that, the thing is, I was still working. I was the graphic designer in a print shop until October, November. last year. And this project made me go full freelance. So my life has changed a lot. I didn't used to live home since December. So that plus new city, everything's new, everything's fresh, but at the same time, and amazing. But at the same time, I'm sitting all day on my chair. So basically, COVID is something I can see whenever I leave the chair, right? So that's a bit funny. But the other thing is, I'm very lucky that I can work. I literally can work from home. Nothing is going to change in that way. So I'm full freelance, and I just send the pages, and everything is all right. For example, my wife, she's a trekking guide. So and usually summertime we are away from each other for like 3-4 months. She's in Ireland or in Canada working, then she comes back after 2-3-4 months. Right now she's it's on the living room.
She must be bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, and it's for her. I think definitely it's a lot harder, and she's not working. She's making sourdough bread and all those lovely.
Oh, she was one of those.
Yeah, nice.
With the sour bread starters. Oh, yes.
Yeah, we haven't bought bread in like I don't know 3 months maybe. Now the problem is when things go back to normal, I will have an issue because I will have to go back to just regular bread and yeah. So
I have got a fridge full of leftovers because my wife Caroline has just gotten into cooking. Not necessarily baking, but just solid. She got a bunch of cookbooks and just cooking, but cooking for like 3 or 4 portions because that's what the directions are in the book.
Yeah.
My father did catch COVID. And so his diet has been knocked completely for 6. So in actual fact, there's 2 people that's eating, or 2 and a bit. So we've got leftovers for months in that fridge right now. We've got more food.
That's great.
People are talking about, COVID's been good for my figure because I've been working out. I am as fat and as heavy as I've ever been. Because I am so incredibly well fed throughout the course of this. It's just ridiculous. But the other thing as well that I've been really encouraged by. I mean, Tom, you touched on it earlier. Just the community online has been so supportive and creative.
Yes.
I mean, it's the reason why it's been a joy to. I know Twitter sometimes it can be one of those things you don't necessarily want to open. If anything, because you're afraid of which Bill Sienkiewicz sketch you're going to have to address next, whichever tribute post comes up, because this year's been pretty damn brutal. But just the amount of art that's been going up, and just like the work in progress pieces, the videos that you've been posting, there's just been this outpouring of creativity, which has just been absolutely mind-blowing to me. Has there been any feeds in particular that's jumped out at you and just gone, okay, that's just been a highlight of my timeline? Gustavo, I mean, is there anyone in particular that you've just gone, oh wow, that's been something else?
Not the one, but I was amazed, especially particularly in the beginning, that there were so many creators, knowing that there was a lot of people just locked down and it's not easy, and even though you can say that you're home like 3 days in a row and you don't mind, but if you don't have that chance, that's where the stress comes from, and eventually you can go out and that. So people just throwing out so many comics for free. So read, enjoy, feed with culture. We are here. We're a community. We know it's going to be. I don't know. We hope everything is going to be all right. So that kind of positivity, that kind of attitude was very, very positive, very encouraging. There were a lot of people just releasing some comics. Just come on, have some. I'm trying to do as much as I can, so at least I can give you a small hand. That's been very, very, very positive. You can see, you can understand the spirit of a community for those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, when people I've been following, because the vast majority of people I follow are creatives or people in the comics industry. And when anyone's turned around and gone, okay, guys, this is a tough day. I don't know how I'm dealing with this right now. That was almost like it was the bat signal. People just came out of the woodwork. It was great to have that support system come around. Did that happen? I mean, Tom, your output has been very positive and childlike, and it's been great to watch. But has there been any of those moments where you've just gone, "Oh, this is a tough day," and then seen the community come round?
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen it time and time again, actually. Yeah, for myself and for other people as well. When when someone is brave enough to sort of put their hand up and say, "Look, I am struggling," or today is not being good for me. There's just so much of an outpouring of support and offers of chats and just people lending an ear, which is absolutely lovely to see. And I've seen it a lot actually on Twitter to varying extents of just I'm having a bad day or things are really dark for me at the moment. So yeah, I think it's been absolutely brilliant to see the amount of love there is in that community for people's counterparts. It's been really, really nice to see. And obviously they're out of these sort of times where there is a huge amount of uncertainty and we can't do the normal things that are a lot of part of people's sort of self-care programs, like doing a lot of regular exercise, seeing certain people a lot of the time, seeing family and friends, those sorts of things. If your routine gets out of whack a bit, it can really knock your mental state, I think. And I think it can really be a sort of a blow to your mental health.
Yeah. The other thing that when things do start getting difficult, it's been also that moment when it's difficult to actually put pen to paper and kind of muscle through and just not get the work done, because I mean, obviously, but listening to you both, it has sounded like you've been keeping yourself busy, and at the end of the day, that is something that you can kind of muscle through. So there is some of those days when you just kind of you open up the news and things do feel incredibly difficult, and then you struggle to actually put pen to paper. I'm guessing that happens throughout the course of the last couple of months. Gustavo, I mean, let's have this as a conversation, guys. Let's go backwards and forwards. I mean, what's it been? Have you had those moments, Gustavo?
There were some. There's been moments, days, or some hours, and when you have let's say in a normal life is normal. This is 2019. There's bad days, just because you don't know. Some days you just don't feel well, everything's strange, or you receive some very bad news or whatever, and it's not easy. So that's normal. But with this, it's extra on top. So usually we just, with my wife, we try to acknowledge, okay, I'm not having the best day. Okay. So you try to, I don't know, concentrate that you shouldn't expect any good things from that day, so you don't have higher expectations. Try to keep it quiet, calm, try not to get too frustrated, and just keep on going, because there's a lot of days. So today is not great, but tomorrow definitely should be better, or in time it's going to get better. For example, you were mentioning about Twitter. I was very amazed. I don't remember, I've even way worse than any of you remembering names, but I've seen many people saying, for example, I'm free for 2 hours. Anybody that wants to chat, give me a call. I'm free for you. If you're having a bad day, if you're struggling with something, those kind of things have been really, really very, very nice. So there's such are hard, but in our case, in my case in particular, because you can concentrate in something, so you have to focus so much, it's easier to just get away, right? Because you're just there scribbling like like a madman. So that really helps a lot.
Yeah, I think it's a different mind space, isn't it? When you are in that creative state of mind, you can really your mind can go away. It can be really sort of refreshing to go into that state and then come out the other side again.
Yeah, it's like a little kid concentrated, and you can tell them something and they won't listen to you. It's like, yeah, like we're leaving. Yeah, okay, of course.
Yeah.
Until then, you really okay. Because usually when I suppose that happens to you, John, when you're working, it's like you're 10 minutes doing something, and all of a sudden 3 hours happens.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I find
It's
myself
like,
suddenly, I just go, oh God, I really need the toilet. I just completely haven't thought about my bladder for a really long time. Suddenly desperate.
Please go.
Well, I'm going to put this up on screen. I don't think I'm going to have the audio because I haven't clicked on it, but let me bring this up. Oh, I think you guys can hear it. I don't know if you can, but yeah, I mean, it's when you have videos like this up.
Yes.
Oh, hang on a second. Can you see that? What's going on? It's flickering on my screen. I hope you can see it.
I can see it.
There you go.
I can see it. I can't hear it, but I can see it.
Yeah,
fair enough. I mean, it's been great to have this kind of thing roll around on my social media feed, just kind of so people can kind of. I mean, I've been doing my best to share these, especially because I don't have that many.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I've not got that many young people following me, but I've been doing what I can to share on my Facebook group, which I don't have a great many young people following me, but people with kids have just been going. These have been awesome. These have just been awesome.
Oh, good stuff. That's so nice to hear.
So yeah, I mean. I can't stop watching it. It's just really cool.
Yeah.
But when it comes to obviously having kids in lockdown as well, I mean, was it parents that were reaching out to you as well, going, okay, I need something to kind of keep people occupied, these little monsters occupied? Or was it a case of you putting things out into the world and them discovering it? I mean, what was the kind of backwards and forwards?
I'd had an inkling that I wanted to do something in a video medium for a while. And the kind of part that came secondarily on the on CaptainFishbeard.com was the sort of interview style. But that's originally the first idea that I'd had, because I thought I'd like to do that, because it'd be nice to sort of again have the chat with creators and get to know people, and bring people to maybe hopefully a wider audience if I can do that. Just knew so many lovely people from conventions. You just think, yeah, this is great. Let's do something with this. But I'd never got around to doing it. So when I started the channel and put the tutorials on there and the games on there, I thought, well, let's start talking to other people, and it's sort of blossomed out into that. And so yeah, there's one of the interview style ones coming out every week now. Every Friday, those ones are coming out, and then there's a quick draw or something else on the Tuesday. So yeah, that's working very, very nicely. But I can see sort of long term me running out of ideas of things to draw, and hopefully not running out of people to draw with.
It's why I'm really concerned for Rachel Smith. What she's been doing with Quarantine Comics has been fantastic.
So good.
But then I've been thinking to myself, when does it kind of have a natural a line when you can say, okay, we're out of quarantine now, and we can.
Yeah, it's the end of the chapter, I guess, isn't it? Or
I'm curious as to how, because I mean, we're starting to see some of the strips that she's doing where it's like, well, we're now kind of back to some kind of normality, and I'm curious to see when she feels that, because it's very much therapy. There is that self-help with what she's doing. But
yeah, definitely. To read those things online, it is really, really nice to know that other people are going through a lot of irrational emotions and not feeling themselves, and can't motivate yourself to do what you should be doing, and that's reflected in those comics. I think it really, really helps a lot of people.
Yeah. So I mean, the question I was going to circle back to is, with the audience that you've been getting for Captain Fishbeard and Beard, with the channel and with your social medias, how has that improved throughout lockdown? In other words, has lockdown kind of been a boon for creators, that there is this creativity that you're putting out into the world, and it's a fresh audience coming to you, because at the end of the day, they're not doing a great deal?
Yeah, it's been a real mix actually. It's a very varied demographic actually. Looking at who is watching the channels from the feedback that I get, because obviously you never know exactly what your full picture is. But it did start off mainly because it was children-based videos. It was families, and it was it was the parents of children, and then the children themselves. And then when I did things like the live draw, there were people there, literally all ages. People I knew, people I didn't know, people who knew me just from the videos. Come up there and you think, oh wow, now I'm getting feedback from lots of people around the world, and you never really thought, how did you discover these videos? But I'm so pleased you like them. And it is growing like that, and it's really become all ages. I think that's why I've kind of but made it not just for the kids side of things and the drawing games. Obviously, everyone can play drawing games. It's not just for kids. It's just that it was designed to do that initially. But yeah, now that there's more of a grown-up element of chatting to people, wonderful people like Gus, who's a fascinating person to talk to and a lovely guy, and that comes across in the video. That warmth. It's nice.
I have been waiting for Captain Fishbeard After Dark. I'm not going to lie.
Take it up.
I've been waiting. Yeah, just take it up a notch. I was waiting for it, but we saw it happened. So for yourself, Gustavo, I mean, when it comes to the audience that you've been having, because obviously you've got your books up on Patreon, you've been selling them through the various channels. When it comes to people discovering your work, how's that been over the course of lockdown? Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There it is. In fact, hang on a second. We're going to go full screen on that one. There you go. That's the book.
It's a bit strange because the main project I've been working is Creator, and this was just released by the beginning in July. Yeah, the first week of July. So I couldn't show many things. It's more a bit like the typical comic book artist thing. Yeah. I'm working like crazy. I have so many pages. I can't tell you anything. I can't show you anything. So it was a bit like that. But at the same time, I've been developing other projects with friends, and people still want to see more of you because. There's a lot of people interested in independent comic artists, independent comic storytellers that every year, if possible, they want to see something new. So I know some people might expect for me, and especially that one Manu is issue 1. So they are expecting what happens next. The end, the end of the last page is a cliffhanger. So it's like, come on, tell me more, right? So basically trying to build up, and in general, I can see that people is still, I think it hasn't changed that much, but they engage a bit easier because they are more connected.
Sure.
So you might reply something and immediately you have so the conversation kind of keeps going a bit faster than usual, which is very good.
Fair enough. I mean, I think we'll take this opportunity, if we can, to share some of the highlights of what you've been up to, because there is a way of going to your folders, and if you press, let's see if we can showcase some artwork that you have been busy with over the course of lockdown, if we can. We've not done this before. Every time you see a graphic on the screen, guys, it's usually from my computer, and I kind of know what we're doing. Sharing a guest's screen, we discovered this before we went live. It can be problematic. It depends what buttons we press. We'll see what happens. This could be a bit of an experiment. I mean, guys, the pair of you, if you want to go to somewhere on your screen or in your like a desktop and in your file explorer, just to find something to show what you have been doing through lockdown. I mean, we'll start with who am I going to throw under the bus? Right, who am I going to do first? We'll start with Gustavo. If you can bring up something and then share it, and then we can bring it into the screen.
I will share it and I will try to explain at the same time. So good luck with that. Let's see. Application window. So
right.
Is it showing?
Now you're showing the actual StreamYard. You're showing the studio. So you're not showing your artwork. So it's a different one. It must be a different one.
Uh-huh.
So you got to stop it and there. Oh. Or indeed just leave the session completely. I told you this was going to be interesting. I knew this one was going to be. We'll wait for him to click at this link. He'll work it out. But okay, I mean, Tom, is there anything that? He's back. He's back.
There we go. No
okay.
I really stopped it.
That didn't work, did it?
Let me try once more.
Okay.
Screen and application window, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I think
go.
now.
Right, now you're showing a window. You're not showing the actual. Oh, right. So if you double click on any piece of art.
Yes.
Right.
Can you see that?
So hit stop screen.
Stop sharing?
Yeah, stop sharing.
Uh-huh.
Right, now press share screen again. And then bring up the actual window with the art in it. As in the player, as it were. Yeah. Am I making sense? Tom, am I making sense here?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's. Okay. I haven't tried it before, so.
There you go. I think he's got it. I think he's got it.
Yes.
Here we go.
Got it. Yeah.
There we go. That's this kind of thing. Okay. Yeah. So what are we looking at here? What's this?
So this is very cheeky because this is not my work.
Oh, man. That's fair enough. I mean, obviously this is something that's caught your attention. So I mean, what's this? That's what's this we're looking at?
This is the cover of the Scroll Comics magazine that is going to be kickstarted in August with the scrollers. So the artwork is from Martin Simo.
Oh, yes.
And it's going to have Russell Mark Olsen, Nick Prolex, Martin Simpson, Pete Taylor, Mark Hughes, Rosie Packwood, Jessica Lucas, Matt Simmons, and Phil Elliott. It's going to be something like an 80-page magazine full color. So it's going to be similar to an A4 size. So it's big size.
Wow.
We already have the cover. We're working on comics and some works around it. This is one page from Rosie Packwood. She's written and she's run, I think it's going to be a 10-page story. This is the first page.
Cool.
It's a cyberpunk contest. I think it's rock climbers. It's very, very cool. I already read the story. It's amazing. And Rosie Packwood is doing an amazing job.
That's so cool.
This is mine. That's I change. I'm using watercolors to see what's going to happen. I was thinking let's make something different, so I didn't use the computer. I just went full pencil, only pencils and watercolors for the thing. It's a 10-page story of a dog that gets in the woods, and then let's say there's some magic around the whole story.
Is have there been something that if people follow my social media, certainly on Twitter, I use a hashtag called cows come home, and one or two people are being a bit confused by that hashtag, but basically the idea is that I can watch work in progress videos and live streams until the cows come home, watching a comic creator putting. So like whether it is through digital, just a streaming from the tablet, or actually putting paint to and ink to paper. Is that something that's ever appealed to you, Gustavo, and actually showing people the process through video?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think most artists like, even more than fans, watching other people create their projects and just get their hands dirty. It's very to see the process, because we're very interested in not only on how it's going to look when you finish a page, but how you got there.
Yeah, I think I kind of got into it. I mean, I was interested in the creative process at first, but I think I got most into it when I was volunteer staffing at San Diego Comic Con. I was helping run the Artist Alley room, which is room 2 at the back corner, and one of the sessions with Jim Lee. So he's up on stage, and it's supposed to be a how to draw with Jim Lee. No, it's a room of people desperately hoping they can get a Jim Lee sketch for free. Just hand it out. So he's just talking waxing lyrical and while sketching away. And the thing that kind of got me was about maybe, because we're talking maybe 5-6 minutes per sketch, about 4 minutes in, he's turning around going, you know what, guys, I think this might be the one where it goes horribly wrong. I can't quite see what the hell's going on here. This, honestly, this may be the one that it's a mess. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing, guys. This could be, hang on a second, white out, fucking masterpiece. And you just go, and you blink twice and go, what the fuck just happened? It just, so watching that when, I mean, I've been following enough people and I try and see them on Instagram, try and see them on Twitter. When I come across a really good work in progress and somebody actually creating and putting pen to paper, it just blows me away. It's likewise with yourself, Tom, with the sketches that you've been doing on the YouTube channel. It's just been amazing.
I was missing this one.
Oh,
this is going to be the first page of Russell's Goldhorn story.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Russell is on another level right now. It's his work is amazing. So it's a bit of what we're going to do on the Scroll magazine.
Cool. When is this out now, or?
It's going to be the Kickstarter campaign is going to start on the 1st of August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have a price or anything? Any way it's how is it going to be distributed? Come on, sell it to us. Come on.
Yeah. Well, going to be the campaign is going to run in Kickstarter 1st of August, but I think we still Russell and the team is still working out all the details. I'm not sure exactly what the price still going to be, but like I said, it's going to be 80 pages, full color, magazine size. It's going to have all these artists included, and we will try to obviously make, if we can bring more artists or more creators to the project. But yeah, we're very, very excited about this one. Then cool. I have another.
That's fine. Yeah, because if you restart. Well, I'll tell you what, while you're finding another piece, I'll open this up as conversation, because the one thing that I noticed as well throughout lockdown is, especially when the distribution for, say, the big two, when Diamond came to a close, and when you saw Jim Lee doing his daily sketches, like say with Rachel doing her quarantine comics, when people were putting stuff together and wanting to get that new audience, Kickstarters came out of the woodwork. There was a lot of people not only wanting to keep the revenue stream coming in with stuff that they wanted to sell, but also this new model of reaching their audience beyond the standard model. It almost also got to the point where there was not too many Kickstarters. there was a lot of crowdfunding going on.
That's the case right now, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you, actually more than one, but yeah. This is a story from Mad Robot Comics, the cover. And the Kickstarter is going to run on, when did they tell me? 30th of July.
Oh, it hasn't. It's not come up. We've only got a black screen.
Oh.
You see, it's embargoed. That's what it is.
It's got the copyrights on it.
Do you have it now?
Here we go. Let's have a look at this. It has it, and then it stops. It is. It's got to be copyright protected. No, it's not. It's just a technical issue. I don't know. Well, if you can try and bring it up into a window, we'll do that. I mean, Tom, what's been your take on just the amount of Kickstarters that has been?
Oh yeah, this is a shame. Oh yeah, that's absolutely beautiful work. Oh, it's gone again now.
Gone again. He's teasing us with it, man.
But yeah, I've backed a few Kickstarters in the last few weeks, and there's been some brilliant ones out there, and ones I cannot wait to get. And there's been some you just go, I just can't back it. I like your project; it's really, really good. I just can't buy more comics right now. I just can't justify the cost. So it's a shame you have to let some go.
I mean, it's which one that was collected this week? I'm not a big war comics guy, but I wanted to show support for Stalingrad.
Oh yeah,
So I got myself on that one. And you're
yeah,
right. I mean, I'm looking forward to the next month or so where all of these Kickstarters I have thrown 10, 15 quid
yeah,
into the
yeah.
pot and just, oh, you know what, Gustavo, it's so close. I see
No,
it.
it's not going to
It
work, right?
appears and then stops. I don't know what the hell's going on.
No, it's not going to work. Yeah, that's
Fair
fine.
enough. Fair enough. Okay. So yeah, have you been able to? Oh, Tom, you mentioned there about the Kickstarters you've been supporting. There's not a great deal of money going around at the moment. I mean, I know that the pair of you have said that you are still working. You've had work throughout the course, but you say that it's sometimes you have to kind of draw a line on how many these projects you support.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, there's been thankfully the ones that I've seen recently have all been funded. I haven't seen any failures. Certainly the ones I've been following anyway.
Comic scene is close. I think their
Right.
history
Okay.
of comics, that's close. I'm stunned that I mean we had Paul Jenkins on Friday to talk about Fairy Quest. That's got about 18 days on it, and it's only 2/3 funded. I thought that was going to go
Yeah.
well. So I think we're getting to the kind of close to the end of lockdown. I'm wondering if there's Kickstarter fatigue.
Quite possibly, yeah. But
Yeah.
I suppose the two that spring to mind recently were Russell Mark Olson's recently, which people could not get enough of. He couldn't release the original works quick enough, in which people were snapping them up and grabbing those. But that was absolutely lovely to see. I mean, he's a wonderful artist and a lovely man. So you just think, yeah, I really want it to go well for you anyway. So that's it's really nice that it did go so extremely well. And there was another one called Dinos and Dice Rolls with Kat Wilmot, who's did really well as well, which I was really pleased to see. It got funded very quickly.
Any campaigns, Gustavo, that you've been seeing and following and putting money to?
Yes. Well, the Hellingrads, definitely I got it. I got Brussels that I went for the hardcover book. I really want to.
Yeah, me too. I upgraded to that. I had to.
What else? I have like several at hand, I think. Actually, I have like a couple here.
I'm just going to say, I might just pull
Final
up my,
Halloween.
I'm going to pull up my Kickstarter app. And
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just
one way of doing it.
Yeah, because I think as much as I can, right? Because it's the math.
The Maddie one I supported, but then again, 733%. It didn't need any help from me.
No.
The Reanimator Incorporated, the Quarantine one I did, and I'm supporting the Dean Ormston documentary as well, which I'm stunned that's only at 50% at the moment.
I'll need to look that up. Actually, I didn't know that one.
Yeah, someone's doing a documentary on Dean Ormston.
Right, that's interesting.
Which, not necessarily it's comics related, but yeah, I'd have thought that would have gotten more attention. But there we go.
There's a couple here that I'd forgotten to mention. Hamish Steele's Crock and Roll. That looks awesome. It looks, the images he shared from it look absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait to get that one. And there's been a recent one for another Our Super Adventure. So Sarah Grayley and Steph Perenin's working together on that one. That's another one that I'd be really looking forward to as well. And we'll smash all of its goals time and time over again.
I think the other thing that, I mean, like I say, we're talking maybe a little bit of Kickstarter fatigue, but then you have other ways of reaching an audience, and the Charlie Adlard webcomic thing that he's doing, and there's two others as well. There's a whole bunch of creators involved with theirs. I'm trying to remember what it is off the top of my head. Can you remember?
No.
Comics.
It's with Alex Packnadell. It's with Hannah Berry. It's called VidCov 91. It's a futuristic satire on a quarantined space station or something. It launched on Wednesday last week. It's a webcomic, and the talent pool involved is insane.
It sounds it, yeah.
It's free to take part, but there's like hip hop artists doing doing soundtrack listings.
Yes, I've just brought it up here.
You know,
wow,
full multimedia. I mean, have you got it up on the screen? I mean,
I've just brought it up. It looks so nice.
Let me see if I can just bring this up as well, so we can at least then I show what I'm on about.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it.
This is where I'm bringing up. No, that's an actual exponential spread of COVID. No, that's not what I was after. No, that is actually that's something else.
Is it Planet Devoc 91?
That's the one.
Yeah, I can drop a link in the comments if you like. I've got it here.
If you go for it, you do that. But I'm also going to try and bring up the actual page as well. But yeah, you do that, and then I will show this because this.
Okay, I've got. I don't know how to find the chat. Actually, it's the private one I've got there.
Send it to me as a private chat, and I'll copy paste.
I've dropped it in the private chat.
But it's been launched on Webtoon. And if I just bring this thing up there we go. And this is where nothing's loading up. Brilliant. Nicely done. First episode. Let's see if we can do. But no, okay. When it asks. Okay, I'm actually going to just close that for a second before I put my age in, because that's
1993.
No. It's when you're scrolling down the years and it sounds like a Giga cancer. Yeah, click. That's okay. So yeah, this is. Oh, good God! I'm trying to bring it up now. Oh no, that's the actual Webtoon page. Oh man. Okay, I can't find it, but just other options and other ways people can reach. The way that you read comics and the other options. I'm trying to work out a way of framing this as a question in terms of what other ways can you see of reaching your audience now? Has there been any kind of revelations from the things that you've seen throughout lockdown? Tom, I mean, is YouTube being the best method for you, and can you see moving on to other avenues of reaching an audience?
I think the more work I put in, the more comes out. To be honest, if I really hit the YouTube stuff hard, and then simultaneously, always on Twitter, stick things on Instagram, put it on Facebook as well. Yeah, if I have the time to do all of those, you get really good results. But it's just so time consuming and laborious to get through all of those different channels all at the same time. And I'm finding that a little bit tough. But it's just you get something different from each one of them, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I've got one or two comments that are coming on YouTube, which I've just realised isn't showing up on the StreamYard, which is really kind of frustrating. Yeah. So tell you what, I'm going to very quickly go through a couple of those just to talk about any comments. I love watching old people trying newer technology. I don't know who he's trying to talk about there. Is he talking about me?
I think I was trying to share a screen for like 5 minutes.
Good point.
I work on paper, so
fair enough. Let's have a look. Question for Tom then. Just looked on Twitter. How's the head after LUFC this week? Congratulations.
Thank you. For people who don't know, my team is Leeds United. They're my football team, and they, after 16 years outside of the top division, have been finally promoted to the Premier League. So it's been a really monumentous weekend of celebration. So we say, I opened a bottle of champagne I've had for 10 years, waiting for this moment, and it was off.
and Sunday's a nice little cap. Sunday was a nice little cap as well.
That
was a good result.
Champions as well. So some beers flowed then as well. So that was it was very nice. So it's been a fun one, but an exhausting weekend, I have to say.
Fair enough. I don't know if do you guys have any topics that you want to bring up for conversation just while we're kind of chatting, or kind of, because I mean I think I've got a question to kind of wrap things up and let you get off and enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. But is there, anything that you guys?
I can tell you about the Saxon project that we're going to it's going to be Kickstarter about Mad Robot Comics, but I also planning to because there's usually I would release my comics for the last 2 years. I've been releasing my new comic via Thought Bubble, but it's not going to happen obviously this year. So I'm going to run my first Kickstarter campaign in September, October, which I'm I'm a bit scared, but excited at the same time, which is going to be the sequel to Manu, which is it's going to be called Puno. I have basically already signed, so I will start working on the actual pages in some moment and be able to at least have 5 to 10 pages finished in order to start the Kickstarter campaign. And I don't know, maybe I will even reach more people. But Kickstarter, it's a very good tool. But like you were saying, guys, I don't know if people are getting a bit. It's maybe a bit too much, but right now it's one of the best choices we have, and still I don't know. I think things might move.
Yeah, I mean, go on, Tom.
So I was just going to say the Kickstarter thing is tough. Somebody asked me the other day about the experience. I've only ever done one proper one for my Spring Heeled Jack book, but they said, what is it like? What is the experience of it? Because it's quite a long time you go through it. Is it does it make you anxious? Is it fun? And I said yes. Yes, you will be really anxious. Yes, it is fun. So yeah, it's going to be it's a roller coaster as far as those things are concerned.
Yeah, I can imagine that. So yeah, it's going to be a very challenging year, but at the same time, it's well, we won't get bored, right?
No,
and
exactly,
the more artwork you bring, the more people is going to get interested in you. So yeah, we will see.
Absolutely, I'm sure you'll smash it, Gus. You definitely will.
Cool. I mean, it's like the conversation I had with Paul Jenkins on Friday when he was talking about Fairy Quest, because if there's somebody who I would have thought would have just sailed through a Kickstarter with successful campaigns, except he got crapped on by the people who were supporting him, as in the producers of the books, to the point where he wasn't able to fulfill the obligations once the Kickstarters had happened. And it happened two projects, the 2 volumes back to back, and to go back in on a 3rd volume, you could actually see the look in his eyes going, I have to tell this story. I want to tell this story, but yes, okay, back into the fray again. And oh, Christ, that it was tough to watch, to be fair. But I mean, the one thing about Paul Jenkins is he will never sugarcoat anything. He will just tell you straight away. So he doesn't suffer fools, and he doesn't hide behind bullshit. He's a good guy. So the thing that I was going to ask about is the thing that we are enjoying as Comic-Con fans for San Diego Comic-Con is this week. We've got the virtual convention, Comic-Con at Home. You've got Lakes, which are doing their thing as well with the the clock tower, which is up and running right now. And Thought Bubble are doing their thing as well. As so many British independent and self-publishing comic creators look forward to getting things out for that time of the year for Thought Bubble. Have you been approached, or is it something that you'd be interested in contributing to the virtual convention that Thought Bubble's putting together?
I don't know anything about it.
Well, they're doing a digital version. They're doing.
Yes. No. Yeah, but I haven't received any reply. I said yes, but I think we're waiting for any more info to participate, right? Or did I need an email?
I volunteered for it, but actually they they said there wasn't any room. They said it was just too much.
If there's one target, if there's one.
Oh.
I'm gobsmacked.
But it's good. That's great that there's so much content there.
Okay, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I mean, I'm doing something with Ram V as like a writer's workshop. I'm gonna be directing it. I'm gonna be doing this. I'm going to hide myself from the actual. I'm gonna
Oh, okay.
and then and basically I'm going to direct it behind the scenes, but now it's down to Ram to actually get that together. But yeah, Solicitor Smeg has pretty much summed it up for me right now. No room for a virtual con.
I mean, yeah, thank you. Yeah.
What the internet's full
on their schedule of events. Maybe I think they were thinking, but yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah. The internet is full now, apparently. So thank you. Thanks for Thought Bubble for letting us know about that. But
no more gigs.
Maybe I'll just do a live stream alongside it at the same time.
Absolutely.
You should. Absolutely.
Yeah. Which happens to coincidentally start at the same time as their streams go out and finish around the same time it does. Yeah. Odd that. Yeah, there we go. But that's cool. So tell you what, I am going to let you get off because I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your evening. Crack open a nice Pinot Grigio and enjoy your Monday. Guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you. It's just been fun to just kind of come together and have a bit of a chat about how the community is doing and how you guys are doing throughout the course of this. It's just been a blast. Thank you so much indeed for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Tom, I think we'll start with yourself. If you can just let people know, where can people find you online and what you're up to at the moment?
So everything's up at tomsparke.com. So you'll find links to everything there. You'll find a link to my web shop, which is actually alphafresh.co.uk. But again, all the links are through tomsparke.com. And then for the videos, it's captainfishbeard.com. So go over there and press the subscribe button, and then you'll get all of those videos reminded to you. I feel like one of those YouTube videos that my daughters watch all the time, going smash that button and
right. Okay. I'm gonna share. I'll find you guys and I'll share you the link to the video I've got. I've got one, and it's basically a guy saying that, and it just convolutes every single time. It's like he's tripping over himself. I'll share it. It's fun.
Yeah, I feel like a shill doing that, but there we go. That's all my addresses.
Fair enough. Gustavo, I mean, where's the best place for people to find out what you're doing?
You just type that, what you see, Gustavo Vargas on Google, and you will find me. I have my beer cartel shop, and you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and you can see any of the projects I'm working on. I always update. So, and I have in the Scroll is the first Kickstarter that's coming in August, and the other Saxon. I will share all of that. So just type Gustavo Vargas, you will find me.
Excellent stuff. And I might as well just pimp my wares. I mean, if you're watching this, you know that it's Englishman SDCC. I will be doing my best to cover as much as I can of Comic-Con at Home, which is happening as of Wednesday, with the first live streams going out from San Diego. But as always, we'll try and do a fair bunch of streams throughout the course of this week, because this is technically going to be the close of this season, as it were. I usually get to San Diego Comic-Con, and then I do a stream on the Monday, which is like the wrap-up, and then the phone gets ripped out of my hand by Caroline, and like a bottle of Corona gets put in my hand and going, "You're on fucking holiday now. Stop it." So I usually get told off. So that's usually my cut-off point. Whether we're going to be doing some more, because we've got ourselves a fair number of people who are still wanting to talk. So I think we've got James Tiernan IV, who's going to be coming on a future episode. I think Gail Simone says that she'll be coming on at some point. Okay. Right. Okay. Tom King, I asked you on the podcast. You followed me on Twitter. You still follow me on Twitter. You're watching. You can watch this now. This is streaming out to my Twitter feed. If you are watching this now, stop being such a goddamn tease and answer your DMs, you son of a bitch. So there you go. That's my shout to Tom King, because obviously I can say that to Tom King. So there we go. Okay. Guys, thank you very much indeed for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
I'm stay online because I want to say the thanks and have a little bit of a post stream chat. But everyone else, guys, thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been our incidental episode. We're going to have some more of these throughout the course of the week. Not tomorrow because I've got plans. I'm going to be watching. Look, I've got plans. Anyway, porn. No. Anyway. take care. We'll be back again on Wednesday with our regular show and then a whole bunch of streams as we go throughout Comic Con week. Take care, stay safe, wash your hands, look after yourselves, wear a goddamn mask, for God's sake. What was that? If you wear a mask, we could probably get a handle on this within 6 to 8 weeks or something. Wear a mask, for God's sake. At some point, yeah, we'll be on the other side of this thing, and it'll be with all of us coming together. Take care, enjoy the rest of your evening, and from myself, and from Tom, and from Gustavo, we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.